Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we start risk in the future trading, all our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade and we're not your financial advisor. Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we start today is Friday. Is usually Friday is a very tricky day on Friday, and one thing you always have to remember that once we enter this two yellow line, you have to be careful. This means there is no more trend, or if you are like, let's say, in the NASDAQ or ES automated trade, you should not be taking any more new trade. Is the opposite, where you need to start closing your trades and start getting ready for reversal. Of course, the auto trades, they will close automatically. You don't have to do anything. They can close automatically once the trend is over by the auto trade. But also we can, once this market enter this yellow line here, this is based on the previous highs and lows, the same way, vice versa at the bottom here. When the market enter this yellow lines, this means you should not activate any more short trades. And the advantage in that, if you are auto trading, it could be a little potential to close the trade on a fib line, or in this case today, the target 3. The target 3 you're looking at is an institutional number where profit is taken. If you notice how the market came into the target 3 is an institutional number, and the market pulled back from that number because there is a profit taken, and at this moment this market start getting weak. There is a trend exhaustion at this. So when we are trending, as we see this market, the farther this bar away from this line, the stronger the trend is. As we see here, now is about to hit this line. This means the trend is over. Another indication the trend is over is the trend exhaustion firing to the opposite direction, and that is called the trend exhaustion. Why is so important? Because when you have $7,000 or $8,000 on one trade, you want to maximize your trade profit. You can take over the auto trade, and then what you can do, there is a button on the top, and then you can say close position, and you are done for today. Stand waiting on the auto trade itself, close position, because the auto trade, of course, you can use on any given auto trades we have. You can use a trailing stop loss, and all this. There is an option on the auto trade. You can use the trailing stop or stop loss or break even. All this, we use the latest technology. We are not behind at all. But the things is, there is a different, when the market entered those two yellow lines, that means there is a trend exhaustion. It can go 1 bar plus, 1 bar minus, is irrelevant. The goal here is to maximize the profit, close position, and get ready for a weekend. You don't have to sit miserably all day long behind the screen, and it is really important. So watching the ES can give you the guidance, the lights, what's going on in the market. Nevertheless, the ES is the 500 stocks. So if we look at this chart, and it is at this moment if we just look at it visually, you can see how the market was strong trend, farther away from that bar, and now you can see it's leveling out. And then what we are on the between those two yellow lines. As we see here, the target 3 is an institutional number. The market hit one time, and the market hit 2 times profit taken, and the market is trying to go higher, but it's difficult. So when you see that, when you see this, that means you need to take your money off the table immediately, and don't bother if you missed 1 bar or 2 bars. Don't bother with it. In the same time, if we want to examine what's going on in here, you have a lot of support area. There is no short at this moment. So what happened in here is coming to the re-entry at 38.42.25 and staying in here, going sideways. So as an auto trader or as a manual trader or whatever, as we see here, and this is where 2 people, please listen to me, 2 people taking the same trade on the same auto trade do not perform the same P&L. After 15 years teaching people, if you noticed, I'm putting those 2 charts in here. 1 minute you had $7,000 on the ES, and you just cut off half of it. And that is 1 day. You smoked away over $5,000 in here for 1 day. 1 day, gentlemen. This is serious money. You are losing a day. Why is so important? Now you can see the auto trade close automatic at 3,800. It's not bad money. It's not. But the guy is trained. And when we hit the target 3 from the first bar at 9.56, as we speaking, as we are talking now, and we're telling you, here is between the 2 yellow lines, and here is the target 3, here is the profit taken. Nothing happened in here. So the difference is around double the amount. For the guy understand what's going on in the market, he would have override the auto trade, close position at $7,000 profit. Another guy is not looking at the market, he will close at 3,800. 2 people trading the same auto trade using the same template does not mean they will do the same performance. They will not, sir. Also, if there is a guy going to activate any kind of auto trade, whether this auto trade from us or somebody else is irrelevant. If he allow his auto trade to enter the market long, once this market entered those 2 yellow line, he's not gonna make it. Whether you are using our auto trade or somebody else dishwasher machine, is going to be the same thing. The market apply on everyone, whether you are auto trading or you are manual trading. So for people say don't have time to look, then don't trade. If you don't have time to make money, we don't need to hear whining and crying like big babies. Then you don't need to trade. If you don't have time to make money, then you should not be making money. There is no such a thing called I don't have time to look at the market, but in the same time I want to make money. It's like you're saying I want to sleep in my bed all day long and I want money come into my account. This is not going to happen. So by looking at the market, if you can increase your one chart or one auto trade by $200 a day, If you can increase $200 a day, that's $50,000 a year. $400 a day, that's $100,000 a year. By not looking at the blue chart, you are smoking over $200,000 a year. So for a guy says, I don't have time, then he should not be making money. There is no set stories in between. There is no reason in between. No matter what kind of job you're doing, if you want to come into the trading, if you don't have the proper training in the market, you will be wasting time. You know, this is, I have one gentleman, he's been with us for maybe over a year, maybe almost 2 years. And yesterday he showed me, I'm trying to read the Skype. He showed me yesterday what he's doing, and I was very impressed with his results. And at the beginning, when he was in when he came in, he was like this, with this attitude, turn on the auto trade and go to sleep. And then I'm trying to see where's his numbers. Anyway, never mind. So we show some tricks also to our traders. We showed some tricks about the trend exhaustion, how to use a different time frame, and the guy took it right away, and he used the trend exhaustion right away with the different time frame. And as we said in the private webinar, that if you use a 3 different time frame on the trend exhaustion, you can nail practically every single trade. Okay, here it is. I need to hide his identity, respect to our members, but let me. You know, when we did the webinar about the trend exhaustion last Monday to our members, he got 1,125 on the ES, and he got 4,870 on the NASDAQ. Today I'm done. And he's using exactly what we have said on the last webinar, Monday webinar. The trend exhaustion, I show some tricks how you can nail it, and what he's using the 5, 10, 15 minutes, the trend exhaustion. This is the trend exhaustion. And I'm a hand on my trading, so he's doing the hand trading, and he want to go for rank bar. I'm against that, but we all grown people. He wants to try the rank bar too. That's his right. Anyway, so for our traders, the ones we talked on Monday, go back to the webinar, and we have told you there is some tricks. I made tons of money on this, even on the stocks, when you are using the trend exhaustion in 3 different time frame. That will be a really a good indication to spot every single time you spot a trend. Every single time you nail it right on the top of it. So as we see right now, the situation in on the ES, we have predicted, if you go on any single video on a YouTube for the last 3 years, 4 years, every time this market entered this yellow line, I said take a reversal on a micro account. Why micro account? Because here this is not overbought or oversold indicator. So I don't know if the market turned it around here or here or here, because this is measuring the previous highs and lows. It's not this baby stuff, overbought, oversold. I don't know who came out with this idea, because there is a different way you can do on overbought, oversold. You know, what happened to the supply demand? Anyway, we don't want to go ahead and go to complication. But as you see, when the market hit the institutional number, and we are between those two yellow lines, on top of that, there is another system. It's telling you sell. What does that mean, sell? That means when you are in a trade, sell. If you are on a long trade, and take a reverse. So there is many different systems in there indicating the trend is over. This is crucial when you are auto trading to maximize your profit. Don't listen to this guy cannot trade a paperback telling you optimize the auto trade and you will be fine. He's trying to get rid of you because he don't have the knowledge to teach you how to trade. But in the reality, there is no optimization is gonna predict for you today on Friday at maybe around 10:05, the market is going to reverse. This is your job, not the optimization. This is your job to understand where you can maximize your profit and take your profit, take your money off the table with as much as you can, and you leave this market alone. Why there is no short? Once we hit the high and we have predicted and we should have taken profit on the max, why there is no short? Because at this moment we have a lot of lines behind it. What does that mean? How can you trade the lines? You cannot trade lines. This is a lot of heavy support. We don't know where this market is going to project, and if we take a short, we will go ahead and scalp the market once the market came here. And if we took one trade, what we can do, we can close it at any time. But there is no short, because when there is a lot of lines or a lot of support, we don't know which line is going to hold. I can, but for a normal guy, maybe he will not be able to do that. That's fine. When you see a lot of lines, you should not direct your auto trade to take short. However, if this market went up and you close trade and now you want to direct your auto trade to take short, this is very healthy as long as you keep your eye on it, because it could be the market going from top all the way to the bottom, which can be your lucky day. It's like you're winning a lotto, thousands of dollars. But because of those conditions today, and there is a lot of support area, you have a small trade. So let's say if you are going to reverse here, you understand here there is a lot of support area, so it will be a scalping trade. It's not going to be swing trading. So we know our destination every single time. As a future trader, you are, when you are in position, you should understand how far you can extend your trade, or if your auto trade is taking a trade, you should know this is your job. It's not the dishwasher machine called auto trade. It's not somebody in different room. It's no one job except you. It's your money. It is your maximized profit. You have to take, you have to understand the destination, most likely where it's going to end. From a guy who wanted to change direction between normal job and trading is not just buying a dishwasher machine and now you are a trader. In order for you to be called a trader, you have to be not just by buying Ninja Trader and put in a chart and now you are a trader. It is trading like any military place where you own and you earn your stripes and you go from one level to the higher level to the higher level. There is no such a thing as I want to make money but I don't want to work, or I don't have time. You don't have time, don't trade. You don't have time to look at the market, then find something else. This is not a place. We have 20 auto trades in our package. If you're not going to work with the market, they all will be useless. This is not a sell talk. This is reality. I don't care what the others can sell their auto trades, but the reality after 28 years, combining the auto trade with a human knowledge is a silver bullet. You don't need no longer trying to find an entry in the market. The auto trade can find an entry for you. But as a manager on your account, on your money, you have to determine where most likely this trade destination is going to be for you to take it seriously in your trade. There is no such a thing. You put $10,000 in a dishwasher machine and it's gonna bubble out to 100,000 magically. There is no magic in the trading. There is no one can make magic for you if you are not willing to work with your auto trade and with your 1 minute chart. As we see here, after we have tons of nice trades, all my auto trades, they are most of them, they are within $5,000 and $8,000 range trades. This is the strategy within $8,000 range on the ES. We're not short of trades, but despite this, whether it's 8,000 or 7,000 or 3,000 or 100, despite that, what has been happening here in the market after this market entered those two yellow lines? Nothing. What we are doing, we are going in the circle. Here is one secret, my friend. When you're taking a trade any given day, and it takes a very long time to stimulate money, get rid of it as soon as possible. So what we are looking at, an auto trade going in the circle on $8,000, take your $8,000 and regret it later. Whether it's $8,000 or $1,000 or $80, if the market going in the circle, take your cash and then regret it later, because this is not going to last for long. As we see this market from here, from 10 o'clock, the market hit target 3, institutional number, profit taken. Then if we don't need to go with ABC's alpha waves, let me explain to you very simple matter, and then you can spot it when you are auto trading, and that is the end of the story. Let me give you, we don't need to sit down and put you 10 years trying to learn alpha waves and price action. We are already put everything in there, measuring the market, tick by tick, predicting the market. The market start trending from 9 o'clock. As you see, the bars are away from that line. The farther away this, the stronger it is, and halt at this line and then go flat. And then once this bar hit this line, the party is over. Elvis left the building. It's finished. So is any good potential to go further up. Indicating here the market is strong. Indicating the market is strong. Question is, because also there is rules, do you really want it to take a long trade on the high level? This is a suicide. Oh, I don't know. This is not my headache. I'll have the auto trade. Well, if it is not your headache, then you should not earn money. You cannot go run away from your responsibility as trader. I don't know. It's not my problem. It's the auto trade. No, it is your problem. It's not the auto trade problem. Do I activate auto trade to go long in here? No. If I have a trade, I will try to close it, but I will not allow the auto trade to take any more longer trade. With all the respect to your optimization, you spend the whole weekend optimizing and all this. With all the respect, they become rubbish in here in this position because you're not going able to make money. It's the opposite. You are going to lose money. Maybe the market will go a couple bars, but I'm not going to activate or put my account online because of maybe. This is not going to work for me. Going and jeopardize my account for maybe a couple bars up or 3 bars up. Then if we are looking at this picture, even if this market went up, you have 1, 2, 3 resistant area. What you gonna do with it? You have overwhelming resistance and overwhelming support area here. So what you want to auto trade? What you are going to auto trade in here? Let's say you're not an auto trader, you are a manual trader. After 28 years, if you tell me now, I've been behind the screen for 28 years. If you tell me today, Sam, is this short or long? I'll tell you, flip a coin. You don't need an indicator. Because there is no long and there is no short. Short at this moment, maybe he's going to reject here, or reject. I don't know. Not yet. Until this market come here, I can find out. But there is no long. There is many resistance. So do I need to jeopardize a trade and then bump into 3 walls? Or should I stay away and take the cash and walk away? So which one is the better trader? It's not the amount of the P&L. The smarter trader, the ones who pick up his money as fast as he can and run. This is the smart trader. Not because a guy got $10,000 or a guy got $8,000 or a guy got $5,000. This guy, he made $5,000 today, he might lose $15,000 tomorrow. It's irrelevant. What it is in the trading, the number of the P&L become irrelevant to your trading. What it is, what we need to look for survival, not going into the red P&L. Irrelevant how much plus takes we have on a daily basis. The main concern, well, somebody will say, Sam, I don't ask much, $1,000 a day. Well, we have a lot of wishes every day. I like to have my private airplane, and this is not going to happen, not even in my wild dreams. So we all have wishes, which most likely we're not going to get. But as long as we can survive, not go into the yellow P&L, and whatever we can take and regret later. So with this market right now, it start getting strong. If we notice, if we look at this momentum, the market getting strong, the buyers double the amount as the sellers, and is really trying to push. That's very good, very good. But the market is going to hit a wall in here. And that is important to understand we should not get excited over 1 bar or 2 bars or 3 bars in there. We should not get excited over it. No matter how far this market is going, there is nothing on this earth is gonna make me or allow any of the 20 auto trades we have. None of them I will allow this auto trade to take long in that condition here. I will not let the auto trade take a trade long on the high level. It's the opposite. On those conditions, now I will be waiting till there is weakness, and then I will be reversing this market, because what I'm seeing here above the target 3, and I see there is a heavy resistance, I'm not into. This is not my game. I'm not going to jump into the ring and dance with a gorilla here. I'm not. So this movement here, despite the market is strong, all the indication, all the momentums is telling me full green, ready to take off. Very fine. But this is not my game. This is not for me. So I will not allow an auto trade to take a trade in here. It's the opposite. I will find that if the market going higher, I will find a good place to start reversing this market. Because this is way over. And it's no way, if there is no news coming out, there is no way that market is going to keep climbing. On a Friday, maybe there is a potential for climbing. On a Friday, always remember around 1 o'clock, 1:30, when all those beginners or amateur traders come in on the first couple of hours on Friday and they leave. Most of those guys, they lose money on Friday. They don't understand what is Friday all about. They don't understand what is Monday. Because the way you approach Monday, you don't swing trading on Monday. What you do, you scalp the market on Monday. But you can swing trading on the rest of the week, but you don't swing trade on Mondays. You scalp the market on Monday. And on a Friday, there is different rules for Friday. On Friday, you have the amateur people come in the first 2 hours. Most of them, they lose money. They go home. They're done. And they sit down all weekend miserably. Why I lost money, or I should have done this, or I should have done this. The mature guys, they've been around. Or the guys that want to auto trade. Or the ones they come, and old people like me. We come on Friday, two options. Either before the market's open. This is exactly what happened before the market's open. The market was trending nicely. Or after 12 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock, usually the market on Friday take one direction. So maybe there is a lot of a chop right now. I don't know what will happen around 1:30 today. But around 1:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30 Eastern time, the market start taking one direction on Friday. And it is the best day to auto trade on Friday. It is in the afternoon, not in the morning. And this is thank you Vito. So on a Friday, if you wanted to auto trade, it will be the best time to auto trade around 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon. Or if you are an early bird, you get up early in the morning on Friday and you auto trade. During those hours when the market's open on a Friday, this is a lot of volatility sometimes, as you see here. And this is where, when the market goes sideways, this is where most of the amateur traders lose money. Maybe sometimes by luck, if he's trading ATR or MACD, and now the market go into his direction, he might get 1 or 2 winning trades. But this is not going to happen every single day just because he won one trade or a couple of trades for today. No, sir. It's not a consistent trader. So, as we see here, this market is strong. All the indication telling me strong, but this is not my trade. However, if I have a trade, there is two options you can do if you're not sure how to do this, or you don't want it to. Thank you, Ray. There is also another option you can do to take over from the auto trade. Let's say there is one guy, I have an account made 14,500. Who said that? Rage. On which instrument made 14,500? NASDAQ, ES? ES. Okay. What time? ES. What time frame you are using? This is what Ray sent us. Sam, your auto trade on fire today. I have one account made 14,500, and he's auto trading the ES NSC. That's what I told you. He's a new customer. That's what I told you from the beginning. Use CLES. Anyway, this is another things, guys. Okay, well, congratulations, Ray. You know, he's been with us a couple weeks. Anyway, as we see here, the market go into the resistance. Never mind. Now, let's say, Sam, I don't know where I really need to close the trade. You have another option you can do. If you're having a hard time to close the trade, is a winning trade. To activate a new auto trade here is out of the question. But let's say you don't know, or you're not sure you want to close your trade. Simple. You can override the auto trade, and then you start, let's say, whether you are taking one contract, two contract, three contract, four contract, whatever, you can blend it with the auto trade and use your hands. So I hate dummy trailing stop. You can use a dummy trailing stop, but I hate a dummy trailing stops. So let's say, well, the market is going higher. I have around $10,000 here. I'm gonna secure my profit on 10,000. I don't know. I don't know if this market going higher or lower, but at least I know I'm gonna get $10,000 out of the table, or $100 out of the table. If this market go higher, I can go ahead and secure a little bit more profit. Also, what you can do, you can put it, but then if this market came in to your stop loss or trailing stop, whatever, your auto trade has been deactivated. In other words, when you use your hands with the chart, and let's say you have 4 contracts and you want to start exiting 2 contracts and you want to leave 2 contracts in the market, this is very smart. I encourage you to do this. But the minute this market hits your trailing stop or your profit taken here, your auto trade is no longer working. It's been deactivated. It's not because of us. Ninja Trader, if you're gonna put an order on your chart where you are auto trading and the market come back and hit your trailing stop or your stop loss, you put it manually in there, your auto trade is disconnected. So because we had a guy, it happened to him, he took 2 and he left 2 in the market, but then he walked away. He thought the auto trade is going to close the trade. No, it's not our auto trade. It's NinjaTrader platform. If you're gonna fuzzle with your chart, this one here is made by the auto trade. What I do, I don't want to use a trailing stop. I want it to be break even, and then I can do whatever I want to, and then I can maybe add trailing stop, and then I can move it manually. Why? Despite if your auto trade is 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 100 tick, is irrelevant. As we said before, your decision is made from the 1 minute only. As a day trader, we are renting, we are borrowing. You have no inventory on an ES. You don't have any inventory here. You're not a market mover. You're renting out this car, and you have to deliver it at the end of the day. To simplify that, those guys, the market movers, you're renting the ES from them. You're borrowing the ES from them. You're not paying full price for the ES, and you have to deliver it before the market close. So, as a day trader, you have nothing. You cannot hold anything once the market close. Even if you have an open position, your broker will force close that trade and reopen a new trade for you on the Globex because you own nothing. So what I'm saying is, when you are auto trading and you say, well, I'm securing partial of this profit, and then if this market hit, you have to remember your auto trade is deactivated. So you have to continue manually taking a profit. But you cannot just take a profit. Let's say if you have a 2 contract and you take a profit on 1 and you leave 1 open, you have to close it yourself. Your auto trade no longer valid. Another mistakes by traders happen that what they did, they took partial of the trade. Let's say if they are taking 2 contracts, they close 1 trade and they kept 1 in the market as a runner. That's fine. But then when they saw the auto trade deactivated, they reactivated from NinjaTrader controller while they have 1 open in position on that chart. What happened when you do that? The auto trade, let's say, want to go short or long, he's closing your position. The opening position become closed position, and your closed position become opening position. And that is a disaster. Remember, if you want to interfere with your chart or you want to secure some of the profit, very fine, you can do that. But the minute this market hit your line, that means your auto trade has been deactivated. Remember that. It's a NinjaTrader platform. Has nothing to do with our dishwasher machine. It is your NinjaTrader platform. So, and also, if you wanted to really start moving, the smartest way to look, where is the support area? The support area on your blue chart is 38.58. So we can go and put a couple ticks behind if we want to. That's too close. I don't want it to be that close. I will give it a little bit more. If this market going higher a little bit, because I don't want it to be close to the price, because we need to leave room for the market to go back and forth. But if this market starts sinking below the 35.58, here is your re-entry, which I do not recommend, because the market is finished. Once this market entered those yellow lines, I can get a guy from a bodega somewhere, totally boosted up with tequila, and I'll tell him, once you see this market, enter those two yellow lines, don't take it long trade. He can comprehend that. We don't need to fuzzle why and how. Once this market enter in here, I'm no longer interested in any kind of trade on the ES. Any kind of trade. As we see here, this market is strong, very strong, very strong. The buyers over the sellers, everything you want, everything is in order. But for me, I'm not interested in here. So, for me, if this market going higher, well, I can yank it a little bit more, until I say, well, this is it. And if I was forced closed out, that's fine. I'm a happy camper. You can do that. Or what you can do, you can close position, and then what you can say, well, this is a high. It's not going to go anywhere. And then what we can say, short only. If you notice here, you put short only. What does that mean? After you close your trade and you say, I'm not interested in long, so you can direct your auto trade to take short only, which is very healthy. But I prefer to take a short only than to take a long trade in here, because this is right now garbage for me. It means nothing. I'm not gonna go and take a trade on a high numbers. I'm not going to do this. Maybe it will go 3-4 bars, but I'm not gonna depend my future or my consistency, or if I want to quit selling bananas and now I want to be trader. I'm not gonna be making a living based on maybe. I will not put money in the market based on maybe. If I want to put money in the market, I want to make sure that I'm going into the right direction. So on this one here, at this moment, I'm not interested in long. I prefer to go short. So I can direct the auto trade to take a short trade, and I can be more relaxed on the short trade than the long trade. Especially on a Friday, after 28 years, take my advice. Doesn't matter if your PNL, whether $1,000, $100, $200, doesn't matter. Don't regret. There is something about the market you don't regret. You know, I had a guy wanted to buy my system when the Bitcoin was less than $1. And he was willing to give me 5,000 Bitcoin to buy my system. And I told him, no, I need cash. Until today, I hit my head with a shoe, because I did not know Bitcoin is going to go $69,000 one day. I thought, what is this rubbish? You know, nobody knows how to predict the market. And when I looked at the Bitcoin the first time, it was actually 12 cents. And when they told me to get involved, and I said, what is this 12 cents? And they're saying, I mean, I saw it with my own eye, 12 cents, the Bitcoin, you know. So I have seen a lot in my life, but what I'm saying is in here, on a Friday, I don't know what is going to happen. On a Friday, you have to be lightweight. Whenever you see profit, take it. Why? Many mistakes people do on Fridays, the greed can go against them. Or if they jump in the market in the wrong timing on a Friday, that can go on the whole weekend. It was a nightmare for me on a Friday, because always I noticed Friday was hard, always hard. And then I pulled back and I start monitoring the Fridays. And then I figure out the best way to make money on a Friday: early. Let those losers, they make a lot of noises, come when the market's open on Friday. Those are just passing by. they're going to lose their money and go home. You're not going to see their faces again. They sit down, whining and crying on the net for a couple of years, and then they disappear. They're gone. They're history. Those are passing by. They are tourists. And once those guys leave on a Friday, on the first couple hours trading, you come back in the afternoon and you start nailing this market like a sniper. So there is rules for every single day how you can approach the market. It's not just a dishwasher machine. You turn it on at 9:30 and it's going to bubble up to 10,000. So we have to be a little bit smarter than that and say, here, all the indications showing there is a long trade, but this is not my game. I'm not going to jump into the ring. And this is the smartest trader, not the guy who make PNL on an ES, $13,000 and brag about it. It's just a number. 13,000 is just a number. It could be $130. I'm happy camper with it and get out as soon as possible on Friday, because I know Friday can have an impact on your family and can have an impact on your mood. Friday is a very expensive day to lose money. And you have to be careful on Friday because it goes with you on the weekend. The biggest mistake also we have seen and we've been screaming about for the last 15 years, dealing with the public and traders. I keep screaming, Sunday evening, do not turn on your computer, start trading. Sunday evening, when the markets start open, do not mess with the market, leave it alone. Sometimes when I'm free, I log in onto my server and I can see how many people logged in on Sunday evening, and I can see what kind of auto trade they are using. I cannot see their computers, but I can see what they are using. And no matter what we say, they start auto trading on Sunday evening. Sunday evening is coffin for you to start your morning. Sunday evening is nothing but bad trades on Sunday evening. Very light volume. There is not much going on. Unpredictable. Sometimes there is a news at night. Monday morning the market is going to readjust and adopt and stomach what happened on the weekend. There is adjustment on Monday morning, and we keep saying on Sunday evening, do not turn on auto trade, do not turn on your computer. Enjoy the time with your kids, your family, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Do something else, but do not trade on Sunday evening. Nevertheless, you still see people, the minute the market have data, they turn on their auto trade and ready to go on. And guess what? Nothing happened between Sunday and Monday. For the last 28 years, if you count how many times we've seen action from Sunday to Monday and how many times or how many hours you spend, you will find out in a year, you have maybe 3-4 times an action happen on Sunday out of the whole year. So it's not even worth it. And maybe you will make it, maybe you will not make it. So Sunday evening, stay away from it. Come back on Monday morning when the markets start on Monday. And this is, you are fresh, you're not destroyed, and your mind is ready, because also trading is personality and you have to be relaxed. So, and then the psychology behind trading is more important than your dishwasher machine called auto trade and your stupid indicators, whether it's our stupid indicator or somebody else's stupid indicator. Your personality in the trading is much more important than the whole trading system. If you have, let's say, partner negative, kick his hiney out and throw him out, because negativity in the market does not work. On a couple days ago, I promised here on the channel to analyze the Bitcoin, and when I looked at the Bitcoin on the longer, and I said on a YouTube, and all what I see bad news, and I decided not to cover the Bitcoin, and it was yesterday we had a problem with the internet. It was on Tuesday in this videos here on the channel. I said I'm not gonna cover the Bitcoin because what I have seen on the Bitcoin, I have a Bitcoin. I have nothing against the Bitcoin, but my Bitcoin, they're not for daily trade. They are on a cold wallet for the next 10 years. And I don't even have the wallets. The children got it. So it's a long-term investment. But at the moment, what I have seen on the Bitcoin is not promising. So I decided to not to cover the Bitcoin because I don't want to be one of those guys negative about Bitcoin. But what I have seen on the Bitcoin does not look good, you know. And so I don't want to bring negativity in there or, breaking some hopes. But I decided not to cover the Bitcoin over that because have a very negative for the short term does not look good. Yes, for the long term, it will be $1 million. But at this moment, for the short term, I don't see hope. Maybe next year, maybe, I don't know. So as we see here, we were sitting here and talking for over an hour. What has happened from this market? Nothing. The market's still going in the circle between those two yellow lines, couple of 3 bars up and down. This is irrelevant. You cannot make money with a couple bars. So you were told by somebody else cannot to trade a paperback, go to the optimization. This is not true. The market is finished. And going to the Euro optimization is nothing. Euro optimization is not going to predict at 10:53 on a Friday the market is going to stall in here. There is no prediction on the optimization. Optimization for just adjusting your trailing stop loss, your time frame. But optimization does not have a crystal ball gonna predict Monday and Tuesday for you, especially on Fridays. It's not gonna predict nothing for you. Your eye on the chart is your success. It's not your optimization on a stupid auto trade. And what you were told is wrong, sir. And this is not a sell talk. So as we see here, there is nothing going on. If those people trying to push this market further, it will be stopped at 38.87. Do I need to jeopardize? No. Do I need to go long? No. It's finished. Live with it. Welcome to trading. It's finished. There is no banana auto trade is gonna make you money in here. No magical, no crystal ball, nothing is gonna help you. So you have to accept the fact. What happened in the afternoon is going to be a different ball game. At 1 o'clock, either this market gonna go much further, or it's gonna start sneaking right under your nose and start going one direction down. So most of the Fridays around 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon, the market is going to start taking destination, one direction. Most of the time, because there is nothing in the market 100%. But around 1:30, this is where the older guys start coming in. In the 15 years, we find out the guy less money in his account, he's the guy, the most noisy person. The guy has $1,000 and $2,000 with a lack of experience. This is the guy you cannot communicate with. And this is the guy, he makes the most noises. And this is the guy is the most disaster trader. He have $2,000 in his account. He have zero knowledge. He want to auto trade everything. He want to auto trade CL, Nasdaq, Dow Jones. He want to make $1,000 a day and all this. This guy is just a dead meat before he even started. The guys, what I noticed in the last 15 years, the guys have a real account. They don't make noises, let's say, and they are much more settled when they are auto trading. They auto trade ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, or they use the market analyzer. Once they hit their daily target, they close, they go home. You don't hear a beep from them. The noises always come from the amateur trader. And here it is. You cannot talk to him. Everybody is mistreating him. Because I had a guy not long time ago, um, he was suspicious about Ninja Trader, and he want to talk to me about it very serious. I said, what's wrong? He said, Sam, um, I'm suspicious with Ninja Trader. I said, why? I mean, they are good people. They don't trade. Ninja Trader don't trade. They just hold your money. And he said, every time I'm taking a trade, Ninja Trader is going the opposite direction. Oh, okay. So Ninja Trader, they know Tom, and every time he go long, Ninja Trader decide to take the ES down just to make Tom lose money. Really? Is this guy really mature enough to be trader? If he thinks Ninja Trader, every time he's taking a long trade, Ninja Trader is taking the market the opposite direction. If the Ninja Trader can really control this market, they will not go after Tom. They will go after with a $2,000 account. They will go after one guy is have 100 ES. They cannot even budge the market. And I mean, this is how miserable we had one guy in New York. We're not talking about third world country. When we had an A scalper and a B scalper, this guy disappeared on me. He hardly know how to use Ninja Trader. Learning how to um, um, learn the market. His wife got him a psychic to tell him to use an A scalper or a B scalper. So they were calling her every morning. She was making money out of this guy, and she was telling him to use an A scalper or a B scalper. So what the psychic has to do with an A scalper, for God's sakes, and what a B scalper? And then we had another guy from New York. He's a taxi driver. He won a day trade from his cab, and he have a smartphone, smart table. I don't know what he's doing. He said, "Someone, I'm in the taxi. I'm getting I'm not getting filled. It's something about his internet." And I said, I was lost why he's not getting filled, or maybe why his auto trade is not closing position. It turned out because sometimes, I don't know, I'm not a cab driver. He is in some areas there is no internet, and he's auto trading, for God's sake, in a taxi. So how are you going to have a donkey flying? I don't know how I'm going to have a donkey flying, but you cannot have a donkey fly. So people, they are amazing how they are thinking about the market. From a guy thinking, also I have a guy, because he wants to divorce his wife. He wants the best auto trade because he want to leave her as soon as possible. That was not end up the phone call on a very friendly way. I was cussing him and he was cussing me. I said, go get yourself a job. We're not social worker. Another guy from England, he have a retarded child, and he wanted to buy him an auto trade before he dies so he can secure his life. I said, I can see why your son is retarded, because he got it from his father. I couldn't just close my big mouth. Because I don't want to sell him anything. People like this don't want to sell him anything. They're just headaches, So he want to secure his child by buying him an auto trade because he's not a brilliant child. Well, get him a book, for God's sake. Don't get him an auto trade. So the way people are thinking about dishwasher machine auto trading is very wrong. It's very wrong. And the most noises in our experience in the last 15 years come from idiots, amateur trading. We never had one professional trader come in and he did not call back after a few days or a few hours and say, Sam, you have a very impressive system. The only one sit down and whine and cry. We had a guy from actually we have a job right now very soon in Dubai for a broker firm. We had a guy also British living in Dubai. He bought a system. He called me back 3 days later. He said, I need 5 licenses. Turned out this guy, they have a trading place. And he said, I've never seen anything like this. In the same day, we have a guy, I'm not making money. Send me a template. Well, I'll teach you how to make a template. No, he don't have time for the template. And then when you log in, you see he's using 2 years old template or 1 year old template. He don't want to do even optimization. So those people, the most noises coming from the amateur, naive traders, thinks trading is an ATM machine. Trading is not an ATM machine. As we see, as we speak in right now, the ES has not moved. We know it's not going to move. We know we're not going to take long. In half an hour, I will have a guy calling me, Sam, I'm not making money here. Why? In half an hour, I will receive a phone call, and I say, did you come on a YouTube? No. Do you know what is the number on your ES? No. Is ES positive or negative? I don't know. Okay. So what you know? Can you send me a template? You don't know if the ES is positive or negative. You don't know if it's the ES on a high or a low high or whatever. No. Okay. And you want to make money. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know. So, as we see, that's why, guys, I didn't encourage you to take long in here because it's finished. So, any auto trade you're using, whether it's our auto trade or somebody else auto trade, is irrelevant. It's not your auto trade. Look at the 1 minute, and most likely, because now we finished the session, most likely this market from now to 12 o'clock is gonna sink in here. At once this market go below the 38.68, is going straight down to the 38.36. And here's what it is on a Friday. Right now it's 11 o'clock. Most of those amateur traders, maybe there is a couple of them using auto trade somewhere, made money, and they get out. They were smart enough. The majorities, probably they got into this choppy market and lost money. And if we look at this timing, it's 11 o'clock. Very soon, including myself, I have to go for lunch. And this market is going to drop. Most likely, if this market going below this number, is going to come here. And this is, God knows what will happen over there. By this time, by this section here, you can see the sellers started blinking, and the sellers now profit taking. Why are you profit taking? It's been profit taking for the last hour, and now it's 11:03. Most of those people are done for today, and there is some profit taking, and the market is going to sink all the way to the 38.35. Who's gonna stay there? Amateur traders, miserable people, lonely people, gonna stay on those trades. What happened if we look at this timing after 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, at the end, this market start getting some direction, and then those older guys come in. Or if you want to auto trade, then it will be a highway at 130. Most of the time, don't hold me responsible for it, but then you will see around 130. This is where the markets start taking direction. If there is bad news over the weekend, or they are expecting some bad news, they're gonna start taking a profit and get out. Or maybe they are optimistic about next week. You see the markets start going up. So you watch this market, you will see this market start sinking in. They're gonna go ahead and fool with you, play with your head. Once this market comes with this number, what you will find on your chart, you mark it on your chart, is going to be plus minus, plus minus. They know how to play you. They know you are using a dummy ATR and a stupid MACD. They know you. They know your stop loss. The biggest guy with the big balls is going to have 20, 25 ticks of stop loss. They know you. They know what you are doing. Anyway, they're gonna sit down and mess with your head in here. 1 minute plus, 1 minute minus, 1 minute long, 1 minute short. Right there. Until you are smoke start coming out of your ears and your nose. And now you're burned out. You're tired, fatigued, making mistakes. Then they're gonna start sneak it out all the way to the 38, 37. And then around 1 o'clock, it will be totally different story. Depends what direction they want to do. You've been fooled. Look at this. You've been fooled. Always when you trade and look at your watch. Before you look at your indicator, look at your watch. Is this market finished? Yes. Is the ES finished? Yes. How much it takes to close position on this ES? Close position. Finished. Takes 1 millisecond. Why you are still in the auto trading? Why? Whether it's 13,000 or 8,000 or 7,000, why you still trading on a Friday and you know it's finished? What you are hoping for, there is nothing to hope for. The market is sinking right under your nose. Should we take a short? If you made a profit, leave this market alone. Have a nice weekend. Don't play with fire. Folks, look. It came into this re-entry, and this market now look going back and forth. And if we look at this momentum, the market is losing momentum. The buyers start shrinking. The sellers start increasing. And what you are going to make in here? What you are going to make in here? Nothing. How are you going to get hair out of a bald-headed man? You cannot. How are you going to make money when the market is not generating any takes? How are you going to make money? By just taking one bar here and one bar there? You're not trading anymore. So, folks, most of our auto trades, they are done for today. Beautiful trade, 13,000. Whether it's 13 or 8 or 4 or 3 or 2,000 is irrelevant. You play it safe and you'll be fine. Folks, that's all what we have for you today. And I wish every single person a pleasant weekend. Please do not let this guy fool you. It's going to stop right there. It's not worth it. And then come back maybe, if you are still have the taste for trade, come back around 1:30, listen to me, and see what direction this market is going. Thank you all. God bless you all. And for our members, we'll see you on Monday.